exams, I thought this week I would make a video on how to make new friends and just overcome the fear of getting to know people and expanding your group of friends. First thing I would say about making friends is to look at people. Eye contact is something that's majorly important, and smile, because the more approachable you look, the more willing people are to approach you. When you smile and open up to people, look at people, talk to them, they're more willing to talk back to you, because when someone looks at you and sees you being friendly and making an effort and have something to offer, then they're more willing to participate. Not only that, but like the more you then talk, the more you're going to find out about them. And once you find something out about a person, you can identify common ground and something that you may have knowledge about or interest in that you can discuss with them, which then obviously extends the conversation, changes it. And, making friends is all about creating common ground and unique experiences that you have with that person. Once you've got the eye contact and the smile and someone's approaching you, the next thing sounds obvious, but say hello. Still smiling, obviously, you can just say hey, or you can try and add something like how are you, if it's someone that you know from work, or something small like did you catch us on TV, anything like that that will break the ice and just suss out any more common ground that you can start talking to these people about. Once you manage to get a conversation going, you may find that it's a lot easier when you discover a few common grounds by dropping in a few icebreakers. There is the potential that you may not necessarily have any conversation at all. I mean, there's so many different ways it could go. The main thing I would say is don't take it personally if someone doesn't actually have that much of a conversation with you. It may be that your personalities just don't mix, and that's okay. It may be that they're having an off day, and that's nothing personally to do with you. And it may actually be that they're just not the type of person that has a conversation, and that again is nothing personal, it's something to do with them, and that's just the way they are. So don't actually get too upset if it doesn't go the way you think. It may be that they're rushing and they haven't got the time to stop and have a deep conversation, which again is fine. Another thing that you're gonna have to do in making new people is learn not to worry about what other people think, and learn to be happy with yourself, because if you have your hang ups and you let yourself dwell on any of that, then you're gonna hold yourself back. So you need to learn to just let go, be free, and just enjoy life and enjoy meeting new people, and look at it as an opportunity to have an interesting experience and just make the most of whatever moment that you have with any person you come across, because that's where the little enjoyments in life come. It's a big philosophy that I've had for a very long time, and the one thing that I think I've learned throughout life is whatever I'm scared of the most is the thing that I make myself do and force myself to do, because by doing that, I overcome my fears and I stop myself being held back by anything, because I'm conquering them fears. Um, by doing that, you just have so many unique and great experiences, because you're not sitting there worrying about what the next step is going to be. My major fear used to be talking to people and whether they'd like me, and I stopped caring what people think and forced myself to actually be the one to start a conversation and be like, hi, and make small talk, then I found that it was a lot easier to make friends because when you're approachable and you actually make that effort, people see you as someone that's outgoing and they're more likely to want to carry on speaking to you if you have something to offer them. I also put myself in situations like my job where it is so open to the public, and I've had now about 4 jobs, all of which have been dealing with people. And by throwing myself into the situations where I'm going to have to deal with people and talk to people, it's made me so much more outgoing with that because I'm just used to starting up a conversation about anything and everything. If you get the people that don't necessarily want to talk but like about you but are happy to talk about themselves, that's fine. Just let them speak about themselves and move on. If that's what they want to do, then that's all you're going to get from them. And you still may have fun and still may find something out about that person that you can work with, but it's still practice at the end of the day. So no matter what, just take that experience and roll with it. Another thing that may sound obvious, but today is something that probably is more common than you think, is a lot of people live on their phones and their technology, and there's so little people that actually get out, experience life, and yeah, great to have conversations on the internet and with people and get to know people, but there's nothing beating a face-to-face interaction. So as obvious as it seems, get out, find something to do outdoors. You're more likely to meet people getting out there and putting yourself out there than doing anything else, and putting down your phone. So easy to pass so many people by when you're sitting looking down like that at your phone, so get out, look up, look around you, be aware of what's going on. You're more likely to find something interesting. I think there are so many things I can talk about with this, but I don't want to go on too much and bore you guys. So the only other thing I'd say is once you've got all of that basis started and you've met the people, don't keep turning offers down and don't keep waiting for something better to come along. Just take the opportunities because the more you turn people down, the less likely they are to then try and include you. So stop saying no to everything and waiting for something to come to you. Go out and make that thing happen. Don't sit there and be so quick to be like, no, I've got something better to do, because you may miss out on one of the greatest opportunities that you may get given. So always try and be proactive about everything you do. I would also say it's good to know your audience when making friends. I mean, for example, don't go talking about football to a bunch of girls, anything like that. On the same respect, though, I wouldn't go changing myself because people aren't trying to be your friend or aren't particularly getting on with you. I mean, to some degree, adjust slightly to fit in, try and make an effort to get to know them, common grounds that you can talk about to get by, but don't ever change an element about yourself for a whole group of people because that's what makes you unique as a person. So don't get rid of it just to fit in. Don't feel like you have to completely change everything about you, because if someone doesn't want to know you, then that's their loss. It's not yours. Like, they, even if you change, they may not necessarily keep you around just because you've changed. So, and then it will not be worth the fact that you've changed at all. So that wraps up another week of my video, and I hope it's of some use. I mean, if you want an extended version, I can add some more bits later on. Just comment below and let me know. If there's anything else, any other topics that you think you want me to cover, then just get in touch through any of the links that you have around. And I'm not gonna know without any feedback. So unless you guys start putting that forward, then I'll carry on doing what I'm doing and wait for something new to crop up. Enjoy your week, guys.